What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that all of you guys are enjoying your weekend. So Sherri Shepherd, as you guys know, she took over for Wendy Williams Show. Well, her producer was found unresponsive in his New York apartment after an investigation regarding alleged embezzlement. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. It says the Sherri Shepherd daytime talk show paid tribute to one of its top executives following his passing earlier this month. The show ran a tribute to Matt Uzzle, who is the man that's no longer with us, unfortunately, on the left. He was the executive in charge of the syndicated talk show during a February 15th episode. They had a tribute for him. Uzzle was found unalived February 13th in his Piermont, New York home. The cause has not been revealed, but it's believed that he passed away due to his own actions, his own hand. At the time of his passing, there were reports of a financial investigation at the show, and according to page 6, Uzzle was the target of the probe. Overseeing the show's budget was among Uzzle's responsibilities, according to the publication. A spokesperson for Lionsgate, Demar Mercury, released a statement to Deadline Friday confirming the investigation. It says, quote, Demar Mercury has retained Morgan Lewis to help us investigate this matter, and pending the outcome of the investigation, we will have no further comment. The spokesperson did not reveal the details of what was going on. We're told that the show has not been impacted and that production continues. Fox television stations renewed Sherri's show for another 2 years through the 2024-2025 season. It is now airing in its second season. The weekday talk show originates from New York Chelsea Studios in front of a live studio audience. Well, that's a lot. In its first season, the show garnered an NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Talk Show Series. It also received 4 daytime Emmy nominations, including a nod for an Outstanding Daytime Talk Show series host for Sherri Shepherd. Well, that's wonderful. And see, that's some good news. So congratulations to Sherri for that. The show is also a Bronze Telly Award winner for its season 1 digital launch campaign, Fun, Joy, and Laughter. So after doing a little bit more digging, so y'all know I went to the page 6 article, and it says sources told several departments that they've been complaining about issues with petty cash, and that it was recently brought to the parent company, who's Demar Mercury, their attention that the rent at the show in Chelsea Studio in New York had not been paid since September. Y'all, that is so wow. Okay, it says, quote, the real reason among staff and their concern was about the show possibly getting shut down. So Denmark had to step in and basically handle it, right? Have an investigation. Another source said that the show has not been impacted. Well, that's good. And they're going to continue the production on Sherri, which is great. Matt Uzzle, who Sherri Shepherd, she inherited him from the Wendy Williams Show. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, that explains a lot. He said that he, quote, needed a couple days to get his paperwork together after he was confronted about the show's financial status. And then sources told us that police performed a welfare check after no one heard from him and found him essentially not living anymore in his apartment. Wow. That's sad, right? I mean, on one hand, I know times are hard for everyone, but if he was working for the Wendy Williams Show for that long, I wonder what made him feel like he had to embezzle, allegedly, but embezzle, and that amount of money for that long, because y'all know the apartments in New York, everything is in New York City is really expensive. But I can only imagine how much money he was actually taking, not paying the rent. And then, I mean, did he not think that he was going to be found out? I don't understand that. And I wonder if this is going to affect other staff changes because, when Sherri came on, um, she essentially, took over for Wendy. But her decision to, keep certain people from Wendy's um, past, it doesn't seem like that was necessarily a good decision. But I feel like the rest of the crew shouldn't, get punished because of something that one person did. That's tough. That is a tough situation. I will say I'm glad that the Denver Mercury did step in, their parent company, and that they're handling the situation, and that the show hasn't been impacted because, I mean, you don't pay your rent, you're essentially out on the street. And I can only imagine how much the rent would be for, the Sherri Shepherd show. But I mean, since they've had that building for so long, I mean, Wendy had her show for years. I'm sure that they were able to work something out. My thoughts and prayers go out to his family, though. I wonder if he lived with anybody, if he was just there alone. That's sad to feel like you have to, steal rent money from your job, essentially. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, what, like, so did he just continuously keep coming to work? I guess so. He had to have kept coming to work for 6 months. What did he think was going to happen? Like, what was the end game? Like, in other times that people embezzle or do things like that, they hit a lick, take a huge chunk of money, but oftentimes people would disappear. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't stick around if you took money from like a bank, or you know what I mean? Like, people don't show up to work the next day like smiling in everybody's face knowing that you haven't paid rent in 6 months since September. That is crazy. Oh man. I don't know what was going on, what he was thinking, but um it's unfortunate. You know what I mean? Like, that he couldn't have paid restitution or, found a way to make things right, that he felt like he had to take such, drastic measures because, to be honest, I mean, listen, with inflation going on, folks are doing 2 and 3, 4, 5 different jobs, side hustles, you know what I mean? He could have started a YouTube channel, something, to bring in some extra money, but not take the rent from, and it was his job. Like, that was his whole job, to oversee the finances. That breaks my heart. My heart goes out to his family. I hope that, that doesn't fall on them because of his poor decision making, right? Like, if he was married or had children, it doesn't say anything about his personal life, any of the articles that I read. But I hope that, she did offer grief counseling to her staff, so that's good, right? That she's offering that support because he has been there for so long, right? He was there before even Sherri got there. So the fact that, the his crew and his coworkers, I'm sure they had, good memories of him beyond this poor decision making. None of us are, the sum of our bad decisions, or you know what I mean? Like, we all make mistakes. I just wish that he could have stuck around to make things right. But I mean, I felt he must have really felt like his back was against the wall to do something so drastic. Even before, what he did in his home, just embezzling that money, that's, yeah, I don't know what would make someone do that. Maybe like gambling debts or something. I don't know. I'm not a gambler. But anyway, I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on what happened with Sherri Shepherd and the former executive found in her home? I'm glad that she has grief counseling for her staff. That was very thoughtful of her, and for them to do a tribute to him. in spite of, what he did. That was thoughtful. That was really kind. But you guys, let me know your thoughts. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I will talk with you in the next video. Take care, Aces. Bye.